Together we are but first coffee. Susie's just our host, but what matters most is we are a team. Together we are all safe here, and so are you. Among friends and mods we are safe. We talk about trauma, break down drama of life, death, happy or sad, even mad. We discuss it all here. Together we will thrive, not just survive. We will dry each other's tears, celebrate big or small wins, and chase away the fears. Together we fight cults or fight addictions. If not with experience, with love, and we don't judge. Please understand, this is a safe place to land. Please understand, you're not alone. This is a safe place to land. Together we thrive, not just survive. We will dry each other's tears, celebrate big or small wins, and chase away the fears. Because we are but first coffee, and Susie welcomes us all here. Together we are but first coffee, and Susie.
I was telling my husband, hush. He's coming in here telling me about the dog. He brought me a coffee. So, hello, everybody. Hello. I was making sure I had my mic on. Hi, Duke. Yes, you're here too. Man, I was in there in the bedroom messing around doing something for like Monday's show, and he's like, Susie? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, aren't you supposed to be on live? I'm like, what time is it? It's 7. Hey, quit licking mommy. Quit. Go lay down. So how's everybody doing? It's good to see a bunch of you. I see several people in the chat already. Hello, hello, hello. This is just going to be another fun night, I think, and my husband is supposed to be scooching over here and going to be on the show with us. So, keep watching. But he's over there messing with Pringles and Coke, and I don't know. I don't know what he's doing, y'all. I don't know. So, in case anybody's wondering, yes, my hair is dark. Um, I did that because I am going to have eye surgery coming up pretty soon, and that will be several weeks because they do one and then you have to heal and then they do the other one. But anyway, it's going to be several weeks before I would be able to color my hair, and so that blonde takes a lot of upkeep. So I decided to go to a darker color. He's moving stuff around so that it wouldn't, so I wouldn't have this much roots by the time it got over with. So anyway, I'm trying to get him to get in here and get settled, and then we'll get started. I'm gonna go ahead and check in with the chat while he tries to maneuver his chair in. Let me move my leg that way. Well, I don't know if I can. This, I can't do it. You're just gonna have to see. I usually get all this fidgeting done before we come on live, so they can't see you, babe. You're gonna have to scrunch a little closer. So, anyway, I'm gonna check with the. I don't know what I just dropped, but anyway, oh man, we'll see how it goes, right? He's not got it together. So let's see here. Okay, hey Maria from Greece. Not the best time of the year for me too. All the month for another reason. If I can guess correct. I'm sorry it's triggering you. Can't sleep. Hope I'll watch it. Yeah, this is a hard time of the year for a lot of people. But it is good to see you and good to see you anytime you can be here. It's great. I am amazed that we have so many people from so many other countries. I just love it. And Greece is somewhere that I really want to go to. So I have a friend that she's Greek and she goes like twice a year, sometimes more. And I'm like, I'm jealous. I want to go. But so, Jersey, thank you for being here. Love seeing you. Thank you so much for being. Why does it not give you? Why do you not have? That's bizarre. For some reason, Jan doesn't have her wrench. I will fix that. I don't know what's going on. That's really bizarre. You usually have it, right? I don't know what's going on. Anyway, sorry. Marilee, it's good to see you. Thank you too for being a mod. Darcy's always good to see you. That is like bizarre that you don't have your wrench. But anyway, Incarnasoul, thank you for being here. Always glad to see you, sir. So glad. Absolutely glad to see Maria is here talking to people. Okay, let's go. Ben's here. Hola. uh, yeah. Yeah, it did. You said it did happen on other channels too. That's weird. That is really weird. I will be checking into it, I promise. So, I mean, I didn't notice it before we went live or I would have already had it fixed. Mhm. Oh, wow, it's 3 a.m. Sunday in Greece. Wow. Wow. Anyway, so glad to see you. Scooch over here and say hi. What you body? Ugh, yeah, here he is. That's Mark. Are you gonna say hi? I don't know if they can even hear you. Anyway, hey, Anna from Canada. Remember, I always would say Anada from Canada. I don't know why. And then I got to where I was saying Canada weird. I don't know. Things that come out of my mouth, I'm just like, So yeah. Anyway, good to see you. I'm gonna go ahead and get started because I think tonight's gonna be a fun show. And we're going to see what we can get going. I did have a little intro that'll kind of explain what we're going to do. So it's like, okay, y'all, grab your marshmallows, okay? And maybe your tinfoil hats. Yeah. Because tonight we're diving into the world of the wild, the weird, and I don't know, maybe true. Yeah, here's a tinfoil hat. So I'm talking about Bigfoot. I don't want to wear that right now. It's hot for one thing. Bigfoot stomping through your backyard, or aliens joyriding through the galaxy, or ghosts who refuse to pay rent. Nessie swimming laps in Scotland, and yes, those mysterious tarot cards that claim to spill the tea on your future. So, do you believe? Do you believe in any of that? Or do you call BS? So, me and Mark were discussing it a little bit yesterday, and we kind of have some difference of opinion on it. So, that's why I wanted him to be here too. So, either way, we're going to have ourselves a campfire style chat about myths, mysteries, beliefs, and disbeliefs. And it really, there are no right or wrong answers. If you believe in something, great. If you don't, great. But I'm really just interested to see what you all have to say. Now, this is an audience participation show, and I'm going to make Mark participate too because, he was kind of a hit last week. Everybody liked him. He seemed a little quieter tonight, but if you egg him on a little, he'll open up. So just warm up your fingers and open your minds, and let's figure out if some of this stuff is fact, fiction, or mm, I don't know. So I've got some slides that we're going to show for each of these topics, and it's going to talk about the arguments for and against. And so I'm going to read those. There's five. And then after that, we're going to come back and we are going to have some questions, and I'm going to answer, and Mark's going to answer. And I really, really hope that a lot of you in the audience will answer too, because I just think it'll be funny. I would love to hear your honest thoughts and opinions on some of these topics. So hold on a second. Marilee's going to try to stay awake. Girl, you've been busy lately. Oh, is quiet. Yeah, just a quiet, peaceful dance is here. Good to see you too. I must have missed you somehow. Oh, I guess you've come in since I quit. So anyway, first off, Bigfoot, aka Sasquatch. So the arguments for him are eyewitness reports, thousands of sightings across North America for decades. Apparently, they've even cited this big old dude in a few other places that's not just, here, not just in North America. And North America being this whole, continent, not just the US. So there's been footprints and physical evidence, large human like tracks, hair samples, alleged scat, which is, in case you didn't know, is poop. So cultural consistency, indigenous legends about wild men predate any kind of modern Bigfoot stories. Now all goes for the sure, we believe in him, right? But against it is there's no verified body, no DNA, despite decades of searching, no remains have been authenticated. There have been hoaxes. The famous Patterson Gimlin film and multiple prints have been admitted fakes. And ecological implausibility. A breeding population of 6 to 10,000 creatures would leave more evidence, like, bones, roadkills, all that kind of stuff. I wasn't aware that they were trying to say that there was like 6 to 10,000 of those boogers floating around here. I mean, I knew there probably wasn't just one that was roaming all over the place, but I didn't know that there was supposedly that many. But I don't know. So be thinking about it. Do you believe in Bigfoot? Do you believe that it's possible? Okay, so next we're going to look at aliens or life on other planets in general. So the facts for is the scale of the universe with 100 billion galaxies. It's statistically unlikely that, statistically likely that life exists elsewhere. Exoplanets, thousands discovered in habitable zones with water potential. Government disclosure, the U.S. Navy and UAP videos, Pentagon acknowledgement, and unknown craft. That's a lot. There's been a lot that says that, that it does exist. But as far as against, no conclusive proof, no verified alien artifact, any kind of messages or biological samples. Fermi paradox, if the if the universe is teeming with life, where are they, right? Where is everyone? And misidentification. Most UFOs end up being drones, weather balloons, or classified aircraft. So again, be thinking about that one. Do you believe or do you not? Or do you just not really know? Here's a big one. Ghosts and spirits. The arguments for are universal belief. Nearly every culture reports ghostly encounters. Anecdotal evidence, millions of personal experiences, photos, EVPs, and ghost hunting shows. Also, near death experiences. Some interpret these as evidence of conscious life beyond death, or consciousness, sorry, beyond death. But the evidence against them says lack of scientific replication. Ghost phenomena don't hold up under controlled conditions. Psychological factors, sleep paralysis, grief, suggestibility, and infrasound can produce haunted sensations. And technical misreads, orbs and shadows in photos are often dust, bugs, or long exposures. So I don't know. It's coming up the spooky season, so I wonder how many of you, you know, believe in ghosts. So let's see, we've got two more. What about the Loch Ness Monster? Did you hear that? He did a kind of noise. Also known as Nessie, the facts in favor of Nessie actually existing is historic sightings, reports since the 6th century, consistent shape descriptions, famous photos. The 1934 surgeon's photo helped cement Nessie's fame. Sonar readings. Some expeditions report unexplained large objects under the loch. But then there's always the ones against it. So, hoaxes have been revealed. The 1934 photo admitted fake in the 1990s. Limited ecology. Loch Ness is too small and nutrient poor to sustain a large predator population. Alternative explanations. Logs, wakes, diving birds, and sturgeon can mimic a monster. Me and Mark have very varying degrees of belief in some of these things. And last but not least, tarot cards. So the arguments in favor of them, and in the tarot cards, I'm also like, just kind of adding like oracle cards and that whole thing like that. So, anyway, so the arguments for them are symbolic insight cards act as a mirror helping people reflect on their own thoughts and situations. Historical tradition. Tarot has roots going back to the 15th century with deep symbolism, ties to psychology, mythology, and archeo. I can never say that. Architect or archetypes. Gosh, Susie. Anyway, therapeutic value. Many people find reading calming, empowering, or a way to clarify their choices. And synchronicity. Some believe the cards line up with energy, fate, or divine timing. But then there's also those arguments against. So subjective interpretation. Reading readings depend heavily on the reader's perspective. No objective measure of accuracy. No scientific proof. No evidence that the cards predict the future or channel supernatural forces. Cold reading risk. Skeptics argue readers may unconsciously pick up on cues and tell people what they want to hear. Potential dependency. Some may rely too heavily on the cards instead of making their own decisions. Well, well, well. So, what do we think? Anytime y'all want to like chime in the chat, feel free to. But I'm going to go ahead and go to the questions. Oh, goodness, nose itching. And I would love for you to answer these, and I want me and Mark to answer them too. There's several, but they'll go quick, I promise. So let's start with Bigfoot. Okay. Not only am I just wondering if any of you believe in Bigfoot, but here's deeper questions too. So, number one, would you camp in the woods where Bigfoot has been spotted? Would you?
Sure.
Mark would.
Don't know Bigfoot.
You don't believe in Bigfoot?
Nope.
I do. I think there's something out there. So does anybody else kind of believe it? I'm not saying that yes, he definitely exists, but yeah, Sasquatch, yeah. I'm wondering, do you believe that Sasquatch exists? I think it's possible. I don't think that there's probably the 6 to 10,000 of them that they're saying. Yeah, B. What kind of camping are we talking about, right? If I'm in a travel trailer, where I can lock the door, sure. Absolutely. I don't want to camp in a tent whether Bigfoot or Sasquatch has been sighted there or not. So me and Mark are not on the we're not in the same. You really don't believe?
No.
Okay, so y'all, and I am gonna go back and read your stuff. So when you put the answers in there, try to give me a little bit of hint what we're talking about.
No Bigfoot. No Sasquatch.
Don't be telling all of it. He don't believe in nothing, hardly. So
No Frozen
okay,
snowman.
if Bigfoot is real, so okay, let's just even if you don't believe in Bigfoot, okay? So even if you don't believe, if he was real, is he closer to a wild animal or a human? What do you think?
Wild animal.
You think he's more to a wild animal?
If you're human, he would have been seen, spotted, captured.
Yeah, I kind of think that I kind of agree there. I think he'd be a mixture of the two. I don't know how that would work, but I think he would be more of an animal. I don't really think of him as a person. I think of him as like a great big fluffy animal that I want to play with after I give him a big long bath. So here's a little play on words. So, have you ever gone on a Sasquatch, like a Sasquatch watch? Have you ever gone on a Sasquatch, like where you go out in the woods with your friends and your, big flashlights and maybe, you know, some beer or something? I don't know. And sit out and, like, watch for Bigfoot, like, where you think he's at and everything. I actually have friends that have done that. Now, I'm not gonna lie, these friends are, like, in Tennessee and Alabama and stuff. They're not right here around us, but I'm sure there's probably some people around here. I don't know.
No.
You've never done that? I've never done that. Okay, we're going to move on. I love it that you all are answering. Thank you. I will go back and get all these. We're going to go back and spend some time in the chat in just a few minutes. We're going to move on to aliens. So, do you believe aliens exist? Mark,
No.
you don't believe in aliens?
Maybe some stuff, but most aliens, no.
Like, do you believe that there's life out there somewhere on other
Probably
planets?
somewhere, but
But but not like the little green men.
yep.
Okay. I believe that there's aliens. I mean, I used to have one right in here. I don't know. There's one right over Mark's shoulder. Now, I don't know about the little green men. I don't know what I would think that they would look like or act like or anything like that. But I kind of do. I think that there's something to it. It's I don't know. There's just too much. There's been some weird stuff that have went on. So, okay, here's the questions though. Number 1, and this one's multiple choice. So, if there were aliens, or since there are aliens, if they landed here tomorrow, okay, would you A, welcome them with snacks, B, hide in the basement or, whatever underground shelter that you can find, or C, ask them for tech tips? What would you do? Mark, would you meet them with snacks,
No,
hide, or ask them questions?
that's the question.
You'd be asking them questions. I'd be meeting them with some snacks, trying to get on their good side. Because
Yeah,
I'm figuring if they made it from wherever to here, hiding might not do me any good.
but the snacks you take may be something that's against them.
Yeah, it might be against their religion. I didn't think about that. Number 2, do you believe that aliens have already visited Earth? A is yes, ages ago. B is not yet, but they will. And C is nope, we are alone. So let's
I
see
guess
here.
if I was believing it'd be A.
So A, you would say yes, ages like you think
Mhm.
if they do, then it was probably they've probably been here before. Yeah, I think they've been here. I think, they might have done a drive by and saw how bad we are, effing up this planet. And they're like, yeah, no, thanks. No. Okay, let's move on to ghosts. And I'm going through these kind of fast because I want to spend some time in the chat. So, I'm not taking forever on these tonight. Okay, we're talking about ghosts. And Mark and I actually talked about this one. Hey, Conda, good to see you. Um, we talked about this one yesterday. So, anyway, number 1 is would you spend the night in a haunted house for $1,000? A is absolutely, and B is nope, not enough money in the world. I personally would do it.
Well, we've done that. We didn't get paid.
We've actually paid to spend the night in places that are haunted. So, yeah, if somebody wanted to pay me, sure. I mean, I might try to, you know, do a little.
Been there, done a lot of that. Everywhere we've been in Savannah's been haunted. Stayed in a hotel in Oklahoma City, haunted.
Haunted. I tend
Been to
to.
tons of battlefields, haunted.
Yeah, we are some ghost hunters. So, number 2 is do you believe that ghosts are A, spirits of the dead, B, just some kind of energy that's out there that, can't really be explained, C, our imagination, or D, just great TV content, or apparently YouTube? And a great way for hotels to bring people in like me and Mark that'll spend big bucks to say stay in a haunted room. But I'm always like, "Listen, leave me alone. I wanna sleep." Ugh. So, yeah, you'll have to tell us what your thoughts are on that one. Now we're gonna move on to the Loch Ness Monster. We're gonna talk about Nessie. So, y'all, if Nessie is real, okay, which is she? Is she A, dinosaur survivor, B, a giant fish, or C, you just ain't buying it, she's a giant hoax? I I think she's like some kind of a form of a dinosaur that has somehow survived.
See,
Mark just thinks it's a hoax. So, yeah, it looks like Darcy's is believing with me. Yeah. Okay, question number 2. Would you go on a boat tour of Loch Ness at night? A, yes, sign me up. B, nope, I like dry land. I would go in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. It is gorgeous for one thing, so I would go.
I go on all kind of tours.
Would you go on the boat
I
tour?
guess
I
ghost
would.
ghost
I
is
mean,
absolutely.
nobody's gotten hurt, right? So I would go. I mean, whether Nessie exists, you know, or not, I'd go because I mean, first of all, I'd want to see her, and second of all, nobody's been hurt by her if she, exists. So I'm all about it. Bring it on. Okay, now this is the last group, y'all, and then we're gonna. Oh, well, this, and then I have a couple bonus questions. This one and this one I don't need. Sorry. Okay, we're gonna talk about tarot cards or oracle cards. So, number one, have you ever had a reading? And if yes, did it feel accurate or just fun? So, yeah, I've had a reading and it felt pretty accurate.
And no,
You haven't had a reading? Do you believe in them?
not really.
I curse you.
So you believe in those, but you don't believe in a Ouija board.
No, I'm scared of Ouija boards. I don't have to do Ouija boards to do tarot and oracles and all that stuff. I didn't say I don't believe in a Ouija board. I said they scare the poop out of me. So I don't want nothing to do with it. But okay. Darcy says no witchcraft. Okay, so number 2 is, do you think the cards reflect energy and tuition or I'm sorry, energy and intuition, or are they just random pieces of cardboard? I kind of think both. Like, I think that they're just, I mean, obviously they're cardboard, but I think that if somebody has a gift or whatever, I keep looking at Mark. Uh, so, no,
Nope, ain't buying it.
you don't believe it. I'll have to do a reading on him. I have some. I'll be like, he did let me do like oh, I can't remember what they're called now. Ugh, anyway, I did do these little cards for him when we were on vacation, just like to set the day, you know. Anyway, so if you could create, design a deck, what would the theme be? Like if you could, they all have like different themes, right? The pictures are in different themes. I mean, it can be anywhere from Alice in Wonderland to fairies to, I mean, whatever. So, if you could design a deck, what would they be? Would they be cats, coffee, sarcasm? I'm just putting those as, you know, like a example. They could be anything. So, yeah, Tiff 420, it's good to see you by the way. And hey, B, good to see you too. Tiff 420 says dragons. Glenda says the raven. Oh, B says a water focused deck. Good.
Money.
Ben Bacon Bet says Pez dispensers. That would be cool though. Not even lying. Okay. Question number 4. Would you ever make a big life decision based on a card reading, or is it just entertainment? I'm guessing you would not make any kind of.
No.
No, I probably not. I don't know. Maybe it would depend. I would have to really trust the one doing the reading and or I don't know. I don't know. I've never had one where they, like, told me anything that was, like, life changing, and it told me stuff that I don't know how they knew it, but, it it wasn't like which I didn't ask for that kind of reading, so okay, now we're gonna go to the bonus questions, and these are just kind of all over the place, and there's, like, 5 of them. So, which mystery would you want to solve first? Like if they could absolutely prove it true or absolutely prove it false, would you pick Bigfoot, aliens, ghosts, Nessie, or tarot cards?
Hey,
So you would want them to prove or disprove
mm-hmm.
that first? I was trying to think. I think probably aliens too. I think that that one would affect me the most. I would love to know for sure. Yeah, now I see her say Bigfoot. That one would be a close second though. Bigfoot would be second. So, if you had to choose one of these things that we are talking about, either Bigfoot, aliens, ghosts, Nessie, or tarot cards, which of those do you believe in the most?
Go.
You believe in ghosts the most? I do too. It would be ghosts. Ghost the most. Ooh, Marilee believes in Sasquatch the most, and Maria believes in aliens. So does Ben. Cool. I love that. Okay. Number 3. What's spookier to you? Deep space or deep water? So are you more afraid of what is out in space or what's down under the water? I don't know. I'm uh, kind of afraid of deep water.
Space.
Space, you're more afraid of it? It is kind of scary though, isn't it? Yeah, I still think water. Yeah, Tiff says deep space. Yikes. Yeah. Anna says Anna from Canada says deep water. Oh yeah, in Carnosol, you're right. Of course, you can't scream underwater, but in space, no one can hear you scream. Glenda says deep water. I nearly drowned whilst in Oahu. Oh wow. That would absolutely make you afraid of deep water. What?
I think about almost drowned in the water. That'd be Susie on the beach with the waves coming in.
I did. I was in the water. I was in like, yeah, he's making fun of me, guys, because I was in like maybe 6 inches, or I mean, I was sitting on my legs, like bent under me, and I was above the water, basically. So like my my calves were under the water, but my thighs and everything else was above. And this wave came in and hit me, and it made me do a somersault. Like I did a complete circle. And I like looked around and I'm like, I freaking just did a somersault.
You, the grandkids, and
Yeah,
everybody did it.
everybody. Uh, okay. Number 4. Oh, this one might be interesting. Would you rather run into a ghost in your house or Sasquatch slash Bigfoot in the woods? Which would you rather run into? Like, not physically, boom, run into them, but what would you rather, like, "Oh god, there's a ghost," or, "Oh my god, there's Bigfoot," like, for real?
Go in the house.
Like, ghosts and how you would rather run into a ghost?
You don't have to run into it.
Yeah. Well, you're
But
gonna
be
run on past it if you run into it, but yeah.
be like you with your clothes moving around in the house.
Can't tell those stories yet. That's
Uh,
a show on Halloween. We got a good show coming up on Halloween, y'all. Yeah, I would rather run into a ghost, but in all honesty, I have actually already done that. So now I guess I need to run into Bigfoot. But yeah. Yeah, I think Bigfoot would be I would be scared. Like I don't think if Bigfoot is really out there, he's probably not going to want me to go give him a big long hot bath so that I can then snuggle. So I'm figuring that he's going to be dangerous. Okay, and the last one, y'all. Which deck would you trust more? Tarot or Uno?
Uno.
I would trust tarot before I would trust Uno. I kind of suck at it. So, anyway, I'm going to roll up here and check with the chat and see the best I can to make sense of where we are or what we're talking about. Okay. Yeah, if you hear a ghost in here, it's our dog snoring. It's Poppy, isn't it?
Mhm.
The bulldog, I was about to say. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so Marilee says, "Have you heard of Ogopogo?" I've never heard of Ogopogo. Huh.
What is it? I think I have, but I don't know what it. Can't remember.
Yeah, Marilee, you're going to I've never heard of it. That now whenever you explain it, I might be like, "Oh yeah." Anna says, "Oh, or I know Ogopogo. My grandparents lived in Penticton, and my siblings and I spent 3 weeks every summer there." I'm gonna have to know this Ogopogo person. I'm gonna look it up. Me with my notes. Maria says, "If you don't see me in the comments, it's the effing internet. It slacks just like that, but I'm listening." Aw, I like these kind of stories or theories. I do too. I just think they're fun. Yeah. So Marilee says that Bigfoot or Sasquatch is possible. There's lots of deep forest in British Columbia. Absolutely. There are here too. I mean,
I don't watch those.
what the Sasquatch
Yeah,
ones? I'm fascinated. I don't know. I'm Bigfoot is something that I grew up watching for. When we would be, I grew up in California, and when we'd go up north into like the forests and into the mountains and everything, I would be like, glued like this, looking out the window trying to find Bigfoot. And my mom and dad were like, you know. But then my dad would like he'd tell us all these like he's always telling stories. I mean, I grew up terrified of what's that crap I grew up terrified of? Quicksand. I thought it was like on this land that we live on, it's like 160 acres, right? And I grew up thinking that like 152 acres of it was probably just nothing but quicksand the way my dad talked about it. And he would want to bring us here on vacation, and I'd be scared to go anywhere because I'm like, I'm not walking down to Shelly's house. There's quicksand out there. And I'm not walking over to, whatever. I'm like, have you lost? No, I'm not. Oh, let's go to the pond. No, there's quicksand between me and the pond. So the stories that he would tell me about Bigfoot were, I think Bigfoot lived here on the land and he dodged all the quicksand, is what I think. I'm gonna have to bring my dad on here and let him relive some of these stories he told me. He's I'm always like, my dad would never lie to me, and then I think back all the lies that he told me when I was growing up. Okay, Anna says, I guess I could pop it up here where I can keep track better. I swam in Okanagan Lake hundreds of times. I was always kind of scared. Okay, we gotta know. I gotta know what's over here that y'all are scared of. This Ogopogo person thing. Yeah, Jan, thank you. Don't forget to hit that like while you're thinking about your side of the arguments. Absolutely. Marilee says, Anna, our granddaughter spent some time there last summer. They hadn't heard about Ogopogo. Whoops, they do, or they now know. I've got to know about this. I need to know. Something else for me to be scared of. Or tell my dad. I need to know about this, and I'm going to make up the biggest story to tell him. So, y'all tell me all you know, because I need to make up a good one. So Anna says, I do believe in aliens. It just seems logical to me. I don't really believe in Bigfoot or Ogopogo or Loch Ness. I don't know what Ogopogo is. But does this Ogopogo like swim in a lake apparently? Oh, so Loch Ness is similar to Ogopogo. For those who don't know what Marilee and I are talking about, I'm still going to look it up. Gives me something else to believe in. Yeah, you're both in Vancouver. I thought so. Oh, wow, Marilee says, I had not heard this. What about the theory that there are underwater caves and tunnels that lead to the ocean in Scotland? I believe that could happen. What do you think that could be possible?
Sure.
I think it could be possible. I really do. Just, I mean, honestly, y'all, because okay, like the lake that's close to our house, Keystone. It's a man-made lake, right? They
Hmm.
they made it. And there are all these like mini caves, I don't know, big enough that you can swim into them. Not that I'm going to do it. But I mean, a person can swim into it, generally just one direction. You got to have somebody still out there to pull your feet to bring you back out. But these dumbasses that are friends with me, okay, they're these real cute little news women that I actually know and think that they're sweet. Yeah, they swim into these holes in the lake,
Noodling.
noodling, and put their hand in a catfish that's like literally 5 foot long's mouth, and it bites down on them, and then they pull it out of this hole, this little cave thing with them. And this girl, no, not not happening. But if it can have those kind of things in Lake Keystone, which is not even that old, right? I can't remember when they built it, but it wasn't that many years ago.
Like it's a six.
Yeah, I think it was like in the 60s or something. And they literally flooded the whole town. Like they moved everybody out, made everybody move. If you had property or whatever, oh well, you know. I mean, I guess they bought it, but anyway. So you had to move to what they now call New Manford. Well, we don't call it that anymore, but it used to be New Manford, which is just Manford now. But then Old Manford is where the lake is, because when they got everybody out, they just flooded it and made it a lake.
There's more towns than that buried.
Well, I know. I know there's more than that town, but that's, you know, but that's what they say. But anyway, but yeah. So I believe that if there can be caves big enough for, have you seen some of big beer bellied guys that go in those caves to noodle those catfish out? If it's big enough for them to go in there, in something in Scotland, I'm sure that there's something that's big enough to lead out to the ocean.
Yeah, it's salt water though.
Well, it could be brackish. It could be brackish. Like a lot of them are brackish because they're close enough to the ocean.
Yeah, but there's a cave that's gonna have the water flowing into the lake.
Yeah, which makes it just more brackish. But yeah, see, we don't agree on stuff. But I want to talk some more about that one, Marilee. We'll have to talk some more about that in chat. Maria says, don't believe that. Loch Ness and Bigfoot. As for aliens, I can't believe either that we're alone on the galaxy. Aphrodite planet is the twin planet of Earth, closest to the sun, exactly the same. Yep. Oh, here's an interesting one. So B says Nessie, yes. No to Sasquatch, I think. Or no, or Nessie, yes, no, Sasquatch, yeah, no. Oh, she's doing the whole yeah, no, no, yeah, whatever. So okay, so Nessie, no. Sasquatch, no. Tarot, yeah. See, we have to think back on here because we had this whole yeah, no thing on our in our group or our mod chat. I guess it's a Canadian thing, but apparently it was a Mexican restaurant thing
Nebraska
or
thing.
no, yeah, Nebraska Mexican restaurant thing. Because when Mark was like, "Put raspberry teas on the menu," and she's like, "Yeah, no." It was bad. I don't want to mention the town, but I hope you don't live there and try to eat the Mexican food.
It rhymes with something in Kentucky.
Rhymes like something. Where?
The town.
I know, but where was it? Go ahead and tell me.
Lexington.
Lexington. It
Should have
wasn't
gone
good.
further.
We should have went to the one further down because this one said authentic Mexican food, but the one down further said 100% authentic Mexican food. We should have went for the 100%.
Town had like 3 restaurants.
They were all Mexican. No, 2 of them were Mexican, one of them was Chinese. Yeah, in Carnisoles, it's Sasquatch. Yeah, I think you were asking if I was talking about Sasquatch when I was saying Bigfoot. Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Just depends on where you're from, I guess. Marilee says Sasquatch is perfectly safe. I would camp. I would too. I would just like for not for safety, for comfort. I want to be in a travel trailer, but I would. I wouldn't have any problem going out there. Let's see here. Jersey says, I think there's something out there, but I wouldn't be afraid until I saw it for myself. I know, me too. Anna says, I would. I don't believe in Bigfoot. I would be more worried about using the bathroom. True. So true. Goodness. Now, y'all, if he sneezes once, it's liable to be 6 or 8 times. So bear with us. So yeah, I think that I would be more more worried with going to the bathroom than if I was going to run into Bigfoot. So
What if you ran into Bigfoot while you're going to the bathroom?
yeah, maybe. Well, Marilee, that's the thing is I don't like outdoor bathrooms. That's what I mean is that I'm needing a travel trailer mainly because I want there to be a bathroom. He's even laughing. Imagine you're on an airplane during COVID and he sneezes and I'm like, you know, because if he does once, I don't even say bless you anymore till he doesn't sneeze for a few seconds and I think, okay, maybe. So B believes in the aliens. I got the yeah thing going. Ben says, nah, I find it better to not put any reference. There is profit in confusion. Oh, yeah. Okay. Absolutely. Anna says, the U.S. found Osama bin Laden. They would find Bigfoot. I think, I know, right? Maybe they don't want, maybe we got a bunch of chickens. Maybe they're scared of him. Oh, my finger still hurts. I got bit. So, anyway, yeah, Jersey Jan says that she thinks that Bigfoot is closer to an animal. Jersey's never been in a Sasquatch. Marilee would not do a Sasquatch watch. That's funny. I would. I just would want to be in something where I'd have a bathroom, an air conditioner if it was hot, a heater if it was cold. Yeah, I get this too, Maria. I think so too, right? Many strange animals are appearing from time to time. Yeah, things that they don't know what they are, or they thought that they were gone. Jersey says, aliens. If we're here on Earth, why can't there be beings on other planets? true. I'm telling you, I think that if there are, they think we're stupid. And they're just like, mm-mm. And we just keep proving them right. Marilee says she thinks there's aliens, but she doesn't think that they're here. Carnival says somewhere out there. B says yes, if there's life on Earth, there's life on other planets. Anna believes in aliens, but not sure if they have visited Earth. I don't know. Darcy says demons deceiving. And Carnisol says 2 words, Skinwalker Ranch. Don't you watch that?
Yep.
What is it about? Is it about aliens?
Kinda.
Huh. I hear it on sometimes, but I don't know what it's about.
I watch all of
He watches the weirdest.
it.
Jersey.
Frog Ranch.
B says she would hide if aliens landed, and Jersey says that she'd offer them snacks. I'm wondering, I don't know what I'd want to feed them now that Mark said that it might be against their religion.
I didn't say religion. I just what you believe.
Well, that's a religion.
You may be a snack.
Yeah, I might be. Ooh. Yeah.
So you need to watch these shows. You can learn more.
Yeah. Okay, let me see if I can read this one. Maria says, as for aliens, many times Earth was destroyed and started all over again from zero. Not the green, strange little people. Maybe. Okay, what's the whole deal? Don't wear a red shirt. Is that with Sasquatch or? I don't know. I knew it was with bulls, but is it with Sasquatch?
I
So,
don't like red anyway.
or green. Or Jersey says that aliens have already been here. She says B. I don't remember what one B was. Okay, aliens. It's on the other side. Oh, I don't know where it's at. Oh, hide in the basement. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I would be tempted, but then I figure if they got there, they could find me in the basement. Conda is late, starting from the beginning. B believes in ghosts. Jersey's laughing about an alien drive-by.
It'll be a flyby.
Huh?
It'll be a flyby.
Oh, well, still. Can you just see him, like, hand up on the little steering wheel, listening to some tunes, got that boom, 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 bass going. Oh, that was Cholos. Not aliens. Sorry. Okay, no to a haunted house. No haunted house for B. Marilee says she's already been in a haunted house.
Ours was a haunted hotel.
Yeah. Haunted hotels. And well, we've been in haunted houses though. We've not
Yeah.
spent the night, but we've been in them.
The number 1 haunted house in Savannah. The
Yeah.
restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
All the ghost tours. Ghost carriage tours. All
Yeah.
the squares.
Yeah.
The tunnel.
We'll have to do a Halloween week show and tell you all the stories of ghosts that we have. Jersey says, I would spend the night in a haunted house, but I want it checked out to make sure that the haunts are real and not tricks. There is nothing worse than those fake ass haunted tours. Remember that hokey
Yep.
ass one we went on and I complained?
We got free tickets.
we got a refund because I complained so adamantly and free tickets to go again. And I'm like, why would I want to go again?
Oh, because this company
I
has
know that.
different cities.
I know that they have those things in other cities, but if they're hokey in one city, stands to reason that they are going to be hokey in the rest of them too. Now, this one, I don't know what we're talking about, and I feel very stupid. I already tested the Bloody Mary theory many times. It doesn't work. I don't know what we're talking about. Do you know what the Bloody Mary theory is? I don't like Bloody Marys, so I'm probably in trouble. Jersey Jan says that ghosts make great TV content. Darcy's is still demons deceiving. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Okay, let's see what this one says. Jersey says, I want to think that Nessie is some kind of mammal, but she's been around a long time. I don't know if that's possible. Yeah, that's kind of what I feel, unless like maybe it's I don't know. Like I wondered if it was like Nessie's daughter or son or something, I don't know. But then there'd have to be at least two of them, right? I don't know. Maybe it's just one that's like really old and I don't know. I think it could be possible. I mean, if my life depended on it, I'm probably gonna say no, but if we're just talking possible. Incarnaso Incarnasoul says reports from the 6th century, a 1500-year-old dino. Nope. Well, you are just a party pooper, aren't you? It's just running my party. I'm just kidding. Says, B, heck no, get your mama on the boat. I I would do it. I love being on a boat. I love boat tours. Yeah, Jersey says, let's go. Absolutely. Marilee says, Loch Ness, of course. Carnoso says, why at night? You can't see. Yeah, they have big lights. They light up. Okay, this is going to tell just how blonde bleach has soaked into my brain, and I'm trying to get smarter now, y'all. But, um, like, okay, I didn't even know what locks were for a long time. Like, I didn't know what they were. I guess I knew what they were, but I didn't really pay any attention to it. And so, but then I started watching all these YouTube channels about narrowboats and how they have to go through all these locks to get down, to different parts of the canal and everything. And they go through these little locks. Anyway, so one of the shows that I was watching, they were in the Loch Ness or the Ness Lock, right? And I finally like, oh my God, that is a ginormous lock. I felt so dumb, like, that I honestly I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Yeah, Marilee, I agree. As long as it's not a 3-hour cruise. Absolutely.
Awesome.
It says, Susie, you have bricks of cold, not just coins. If you wanted to go, good for you. Nessie maybe was a dinosaur back then, not now, and I would go. Just not for Nessie. Oh yeah, we should do like a trip, right? A bunch of us get together and, and go to Scotland. For some of you, it wouldn't be that far. So B says yes, a reading was spot on. Yeah, the one that I've had two, but one was real good. The other one was definitely spot on. And my youngest daughter, she had one and she keeps everything pretty close to the vest and would not, you know, give any clues to anything. Like she didn't wear any jewelry. She didn't do nothing. And all the woman wanted to talk about was me and my cancer journey, and was just saying that it's going to be a really long fight, but that it's going to turn out okay, that I'm going to be okay, but it's going to be a long fight. And she says, I'm talking about years, and it was just weird. My daughter was really fascinated. So I guess it helps if you actually move the mouse and not the desk. Jersey says, I have had a reading of tarot cards. I think it was just fun. No way to tell if it was accurate or not. Yeah. Darcy says, no witchcraft. Yeah. Ben says that he had one and it came out freaky accurate. I agree. Yeah. B says it's spiritual intuition. I think there's something to it. I am a Christian and I believe all that, but I am really getting very in tune with my potential witch side. I am fascinated by all of it, and not demons or devils and all that, but just the earth and all just that kind of thing. Just I'll go into it
We'll
more someday.
we'll burn her at the stake.
Burn me at the stake. Yeah. I believe this too, Anna. I think it is a fun thing, but these people just say common things to trick you. I think that there's a lot of that, especially with psychics and everything. Yeah. Jersey says tarot is just random pieces of cardboard like any card game. Yeah, Marilee says when my sister reads tarot, it's scary accurate. Yeah. B says as an HSP intuitive empath, 100% true. Yeah, yeah, I think so too. There's a means of focusing intuition or PSI. Yeah. Okay, so now let's see what kind of cards we would make. Tiff 420 says dragons. Glinda says the raven. B says water focused. Ben and his Pez dispensers. I think it would be kind of cute though. Hey, if it can be Alice in Wonderland, why can't it be Pez dispensers? It's gonna be funny. I'm gonna look. There might be some. Anna says, I do kind of believe in the zodiac signs, but the card reading thing, not so much. I get what you mean. I do too. I think that there can be something to it. Yeah. Jersey says zodiac signs is a good idea. And Carnosol says Game of Thorns. That would be fun cards. Darcy says just nope. She ain't having nothing to do with it. And that is fine. Jersey says tarot cards is entertainment. Anna's about those aliens. Merrily, that makes sense. Wouldn't make a big life decision, but I wouldn't discount it. I get it. So if you believed in any of them the most, or which one do you believe in the most? Tip says aliens. Darcy says Bigfoot. Linda says aliens. Yeah. Jersey would want to prove that aliens exist. Yeah, we're getting a lot of aliens. Aliens, aliens, aliens. I do too. Marilee says Sasquatch. Darcy's Darcy's like me. Darcy's a greedy little thing. Darcy's wants to prove all of them are right or wrong, right? Incarnasol says the ghostess with the mostest. Jersey believes in aliens the most. B says 100% tarot and intuitive experienced reader, of course, not Facebook crap. Oh yeah. Yeah. Agreed. So Tip says, yeah, deep space is scary. Anna says deep water. I agree, Encarnacion. No one can hear you scream. I guess that if you were in deep water, you maybe have a chance to get above the water and scream, right? And then sometimes when you're scuba diving, if you've got people with you, they can hear you scream. That is just so scary. You'll have to tell us this story sometime, Glenda, about almost drowning whilst in Oahu. That is scary. I'm a great swimmer and I am terrified of drowning. I don't know why, but I have always been terrified of drowning. I remember when we went
Snorkeling.
snorkeling 10 miles out in the ocean off of Maui. And whenever I like slid off into the water, I thought, what the hell am I doing? But I had to act brave.
Well, you're inside this big volcano at
Yeah.
3/4 of
Yeah.
the thing. You don't realize you're 10 miles out. You look at it,
Yeah, you don't realize it.
but still.
So B says deep water. You have regular nightmares about water. Water. Yeah. Yeah. Anna can swim but also fears water. I do too. Yeah, I agree, Jersey. We are so sorry that happened with Linda. That's awful. Merely says, be too bad you don't live near. My sis reads tarot. I'm learning, but you know. Hmm. Anna, she doesn't want to run into a ghost or Sasquatch, but she'd rather a ghost. Jersey says, I'd rather run into a ghost in my house. Then I'd really believe. Then Sasquatch. Because I keep ammo just in case.
How about a ghost in the bathroom?
Yeah, that's where I found mine. I'm like, don't watch me pee. Hey, Aria, good to see you. Aria would rather a ghost. Marilee'd rather run into a ghost. Yeah, I gotta see if I can read this one. Maria says, in the water are proven mammals who went in to save themselves for the catastrophe of Earth. So you think that Nessie's one of them? It's possible. It's all possible, right? And Carnosaur would rather have a ghost because Bigfoot would be dangerous. Anna doesn't believe either exist, so at least she'd be in her home. Yeah. Anna, she trusts Uno cards. She's like you. She trusts the Uno cards. Glenda trusts the tarot cards. I can't talk. Jersey trusts Uno. And Carnosaur says, Ben, you wouldn't try to distract Bigfoot with bacon? Hell no, he's not going to share his bacon. He might share those nasty Cheerios with milk and pork and beans. Tiff 420 says tarot. Ben's just laughing. Who knows why? Marilee says tarot if her sister is reading. Here we go. So Ben says, I do think the majority of these are like the myth of government efficiency and 95% funk. But I have seen things. I tell you, I absolutely 100% believe in ghosts and did not until a few years ago. I thought that it was all a bunch of,
Just take you a trip to Savannah
yeah.
and go in the cemetery and take pictures.
Okay. I like when they put things. Marilee does this for me. Like she breaks it down into like how to pronounce words because I can never pronounce anything right. So Penticton Lake has Ogopogo, like Nessie. I am gonna look. I need to write that down too. Where did I write on that other one? Oh, here we go. Penticton Lake. Y'all think I don't do this, but I really do. Yeah, Bigfoot lives in the quicksand. See? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Marilee says that she thinks that some people are more in touch or intuitive. I do too. Anna says, hold on. My hubby was born in Syria. Some believe that demons live in your bathroom because demons like dirty places. When you open the hot water in the bathroom sink, you should say, "Excuse me." Excuse me. Be like, I'll just peek in the door and be like, "Demons be gone. I have to poo."
That
and
works.
and they will run. Yeah, so are these polite demons? That's what Incarnasoul wants to know. Like if you say, "Excuse me," will they say, "You're quite welcome," and leave? Oh, wow. Maria can't remember the name of Asia's Bigfoot.
Audible snowman.
Chompy or Champy is the Loch Ness monster in Lake Champlain. Huh. There's a lot of them. See? So Anna says, yes, Incarnasoul. I got a random fact book when I was a kid, and one page included all the Loch Ness type things. Wow. Yeah, I need one of those books. Yeah, it was a cool book. I love that kind of stuff. Or like random facts and all that kind of stuff. Anna says that she sneezes always in multiples too. And bless you from a while ago, I forgot. Yeah, Anna says that her sister's the same way. They call it sneeze attacks. Darcy says Bigfoot is a U.S. cover up. Oh, Marilee says sneezes. Once a wish, twice a kiss, 3 times a letter, 4 times something better.
5, 6, 7. What does that mean?
I don't know. Means your wife sits and laughs at you or punches you with her fist or with her elbow on the I don't know why I bump him with my elbow on the airplane. Like he can control that he's sneezing, but oh my god, it was COVID and it was still going on. Ugh. Yeah, I'm very behind in the chat. Yeah, skinwalkers have been spoken about by our indigenous people, both US and Canada. Did you ask about Skywalker's Ranch? Yes. Yes, Candy Bar. I did. I asked Mark watches that and I don't know. Skinwalkers are supposed to be very prevalent in the southern US, especially Arizona and New Mexico. Now, I did know that.
It's a
Yeah, Ben, you
curse,
ain't
but
afraid
on
of no
it's a
ghosts.
curse, but on tribes.
Well, I
Yes,
would
the
believe
other.
that. I believe in that. I believe that these Indians, I'm telling you, they are very Aw, Anna, thank you. My hubby was born in Syria. Some believe that demons live in your bathroom because demons like dirty places. When you open the hot water in the bathroom sink, you say, "Excuse me." Okay. I know, but it came up again as
Oh.
a super chat. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's just an example. Yeah, Jersey says, Mark, you're gonna have to pipe down. Susie can't get a word in edgewise. This is our life, y'all. Who talks more, you or me?
You. And then after you, it's probably best to talk more than you.
Yeah, she does. Ugh.
God.
Ben says, I like to use paranormal videos for body language because I think the vast, vast majority are funk. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what this Bloody Mary thing is, so somebody's gonna have to fill me in. Yeah. Ben says, but that isn't to say I think everything is fake. Well, what do you think is real, Ben?
Pez dispensers.
Test dispensers. He says, I used to say, hold on, that it was all BS, but I have had to eat my share of crow. Better crow than that other crap you want to eat. I am never, ever, ever gonna forget that. I'll be 90 years old, knock on wood that I make it that long, and I'll be like, Ben Bacon Bits ate pork and beans with Cheerios and milk. Ben says, I have gone on a couple of ghost hunts, but nothing ever happened but once. But again, I'm not saying it's all.
But did you see orcs?
Yeah, I see that you sent a super chat with that. You don't have to send super chats. I eventually get to them. I promise. Uh, I don't know what the Bloody Mary thing is. I really don't.
Look at it.
I'll have to look it up. I will have to look it up. But Marilee, you can just tell me in the mod chat. No. But guys, I think that's about it for tonight. But I just want to thank you all. I thought it was fun. I thought that if we can do some Saturday things that are just silly or just light-hearted a little bit, that I thought it would be fun. So they won't always be, but I won't always be on Saturdays either. It just kind of depends on how the week goes. But I always do have fun whenever we do these. So anyway, I want to thank Mark for being here with us, and thank you all for being here. And if you're new, please come back. Sometimes we talk about real serious things. I like to say that we are like a variety show. We are a variety show of YouTube because we talk about everything. We don't care what it is. We'll talk about it. But I'm gonna go look up this Ogo Pogo and the whole Bloody Mary thing and a couple other things before I go to sleep tonight. So I will see you guys. I'm taking tomorrow off, I think. Pretty sure, unless something big happens. Yeah, good night from Greece. Good night to Greece, Maria.
Good morning.
Good morning there. Yeah, she's saying good night to us, but good morning to you because it's probably what, about 5 o'clock, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning there. So anyway, I will see you guys Monday for sure, but maybe tomorrow. Anyway, love you all. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your night or day.
Hope you enjoyed the show, so glad you were here. We meet here most days, we're but first coffee and you're welcome here. We talk about hard subjects, but we also laugh a lot. If you have a loss or win, we will cheer for you. We're but first coffee, and you are safe here. So hit those like and subscribe buttons, notifications set to all. You don't want to miss a show, because this is your home to y'all. and subscribe buttons, notifications set to all. You don't want to miss a show, because this is your home to y'all. So hit those like and subscribe buttons, notifications set to all.